Hi everybody, welcome to the den. It's friendship shaving time. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me. We have a slightly different camera angle that I'm trying this week just to see what it's like, and of course I can show you my mirror and my cupboard that I've had put up recently. So you can see I've got all of my software in the cupboard, and it fits perfectly in the den. It just fits in with the mirror, so I'm very pleased with that. Yeah, I will have a proper look around the den one day. I haven't got my pictures up yet. I was waiting to see what colours the tiles were in the frame of the mirror and what colour the actual wood looked like before I went and put my pictures up, so I can get frames for those now, and when I do we'll have a proper look around. Now for my shave today, I have got a lovely sample of Martin de Candre. We're having a Martin de Candre shave, and I have a little Martin de Candre giveaway today. So I'm going to be using a sample of the Fougere. This was one of the samples. This was one of some samples that was sent to me by Mark Chew. We did a little trade. I can't remember what I sent Mark now, but Mark, if you're watching, thank you for sending me. The Fougere is my favourite. So I really appreciate having that in the den. I've already got it whipped up. I'll be using my body brush today, and we'll put some of this straight on. I've got an absolutely lovely lather, but I think that I can probably add some more water to this. Now the soap I was going to use, unfortunately, reacted against my skin a little bit. It burned me. So that is the reason we've switched to Martin de Candre. I've come to realise over the years that it does happen sometimes with certain soaps. I know when I first used Taylor of Old Bond Street, I was really shocked that the soap burnt me as badly as it did, and that's the worst one I've had. But unfortunately it does happen occasionally. But for me, Martin de Candre is just great, and I love this Fougere. It's the best scented Fougere on the planet. Now the razor I'm going to be using today is my Colonial Silversmith, and I did a Sunday sit down recently that you may have seen with some of my favourite razors, and Simon got in touch and said, "Mark, I'm really surprised that your Silversmith wasn't included." And I had a moment where I thought, where on earth have I put that? Well, after a couple of days of searching, I found it, I'm pleased to say. So I'll be using that today with a Derby Extra blade. And my old friend Randy Wright got in touch the other day. He'd watched an old video of mine Let me just show you the silversmith and start shaving before I tell you about Randy. There we are, there's the razor. It is a lovely, lovely looking razor. They have a new handle on the more recent versions of the silversmith from Colonial razors. Well, I have to say I don't like it. I much prefer the design on this one. The shape of the handle is the same. It's just the design. I prefer this one. So I'm very pleased to have this. I think it's a fantastic razor. The brothers that own and run Colonial razors are part-timers. They both have proper jobs, and I think for anyone to produce a razor like this in their spare time is really quite something. I was talking about the Derby Extra. So Randy had seen one of my old videos where I said I preferred a coated razor blade. I haven't watched the video, but back in the day I probably meant something like a Fougere. Back when they were good. Or a Gillette 7 o'clock black, something like that. But Randy got in touch with me to say, Mark, they are a coated blade. And I had a packet left unused, the last packet, and indeed it does say that they have chromium, ceramic, platinum, tungsten, polymer coated edges. So they are coated and then some, aren't they? Probably what I did in the video was held up a blade like that. So there we go. It's always good to be corrected. And the Derby Extra are indeed a coated blade, and I know many of you like them. They are not my favourite, I must say. For a very long time I couldn't use one without nicking myself. And it seemed to be that other razors didn't give me any problem, or other razor blades didn't give me any problem, no matter which razor I used them in. But the Derby Extras did. No matter which razor, I always seem to catch myself with them. So we shall see how I go today. Now I said we had a little giveaway, didn't I? Let's do that today. Right now, rather. It's just a little one. I have some Martin de Candre samples. They came courtesy of my friend Sven. So Sven, thank you very much for sending these. I have 3 samples. And you can see them here, and I'm going to give them away separately. So there are 3 giveaways, The first one I've got is their Nature, which is an unscented soap sample. We'll just pop them up here on the window ledge. The second one I've got is the Rose. So if you like a rose scent, this might be very nice for you. Roses are a little too floral for me, and I've got the Vetiver as well. Now they are a bit of a faff. If you've seen the video where I use one of these, you will appreciate what a faff they are. I have a little sample of the Vetiver already, so I've included that one as well. The soap on there is spread on a piece of I'm trying to think what it is. It reminds me of grease-proof paper. It's that sort of paper. And the soap is spread on there. You can unfold it. It says that each sample gives between 8 and I think it says 12, 8 and 12 shaves. Something like that. It works well if you have a surface that you can put the paper on. You unfold it, put it on a flat surface, and then use your damp brush and load the brush from the paper. I found in my small den here that I was struggling a little bit to do that. I was kind of folding it up and trying to do it on the edge of the sink, and taking it to the wall and holding it up on the wall to try and do it. And unfortunately, it's not the best idea Martin de Candre have had. But if you've never tried a Martin de Candre soap and you wonder what the fuss is all about, well, perhaps this is your opportunity. So you can only express an interest in one of them. So you have to choose one of the three. So if you are interested in the Vetiver, please write Vetiver in the comments. If you are interested in the Rose, please write Rose in the comments. And if you are interested in the Natural or the Nature soap, please write Nature in the comments. And it'll be a quick one. I'll record a video next on Wednesday the 9th of December, and that video will go out on Friday the 11th, and I will announce the winners and be able to get those off to you. So I hope that's of interest to you. I really do think it is a lovely, lovely soap. There we are. This is a great razor. I was on Facebook today, and our friend Todd from the video channel Take Care Man placed a comment on one of the Facebook groups that I was really interested in. He has a friend who is an antiques picker. And his good friend gave Todd some razors, and it's Todd's first foray into the world of vintage razors. And I can't help talk about the razors that he's got because they are a fantastic introduction. So the first one I saw was one that really ticked my box. It was a vintage Gillette single ring razor from 1908, signed with the signature of King Camp Gillette. And a few of these came out right before Gillette started to date their razors. I'm sure I've told you the story before, but when I first got into shaving with a DE razor, I saw one of these for sale. They are rare, and I didn't know anything about vintage razors. I'd only just got into DE shaving. I think I was shaving with my Parker, which was my very first razor. And I thought, oh, that's a nice razor. And it was really, really cheap. I mean, you know, ridiculously so. And I put a bid in for £10. And somebody beat me, of course. I mean, this was about 3 years ago now. Prices on eBay were not as expensive then as they are now for vintage razors, but it's only as I learned more about vintage razors that I realised what a rare razor that was. So for me, it's the one that got away. I would love one of those. Yep, really would. So I'm quite jealous of Todd's good fortune there. What a fantastic razor for one of your first razors. Todd also got a 1963 Gillette Slim Adjustable and an American Gillette Flare Tip from 1954, I think. And he also got a Gillette New with a common bar handle from about 1930, and with a long comb as well, so a really comfortable razor to shave with. What a fantastic set of razors for your first adventures into vintage shaving. I think it's terrific. So Todd, if you're watching this, I hope you really enjoy your razors and your good fortune, and what a nice friend you have there to look out for you like that. Fantastic. I'm quite jealous of that signed single ring. So I just wonder, as I'm shaving here, if you've got a razor that I'd be jealous of. So I'm thinking perhaps a Gillette double ring razor. Oh, I'd love one of those. Perhaps a now I've got a single ring razor, as you've probably seen in the old double ring box, because there was as they transferred from the double ring to the single ring razors, they used up their old boxes. Now I've got one from New York. I'd quite like one from Boston, I must admit, which is the home of Gillette. Definitely like the sign. A toggle? Yeah, I'd be jealous if you had a toggle. Or if you got something really special, like an engraved one. Well, there we go. Do you know, that's a great shave. Let me just wet the razor. There we go. Up under the nose. So there we are, Derby Extra. I haven't nicked myself for the first time ever, I think. You know, I don't know why I used to nick myself with the Derby Extra. I don't know whether that was just technique, and perhaps the Derby Extra is not as forgiving as some other blades. I find them to be quite sharp. For me, they are not the most comfortable of blades. And it might be to do with the chromium. There's a Bic, isn't there? There's a chromium coated Bic razor blade, and I don't find those comfortable either. But not bad, you know, they're not bad. They're just, let's put it another way, there are other razor blades that I prefer and find a little more comfortable. Now, I'm going to use some skin bracer today. I'm going to try and just get a little drop out of this bottle, because that hole there is massive. There we are, I've done it. I think I've done it. Oh, do you know what? That is really, really nice. Oh, it smells gorgeous, doesn't it? Mennen skin brace. I've got the menthol going on. Well, that's a very nice shave. So I hope that you will be interested in the giveaway. And just before I go, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed. I'm almost up to 2,900 subscribers. I'm working my way towards 3,000, and that is going to be a really big deal for me. So thank you to all my subscribers. And if you're just watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, well, perhaps you'll think about it. I would absolutely love it if you did. So there we are, guys. That is my razor, my mirror, my den, my cupboard, my shave. You take good care now. All the very best. I'll see you around. Bye bye now.